I've envisioned my graduation speech ever since the fall of my junior year. I was in Corey's public speaking class in the A school, and I dreamt of writing something magnificent. I pictured it giving incredible words of wisdom that I came up with myself through all of my endeavors. But when I began to write this speech a few weeks ago, I realized I haven't gone through enough of my life to really give my own piece of advice. Instead, I hope today to give you 2 words that you'll remember that have made me a better athlete, daughter, student, and friend. They were first said to me on the sideline of a soccer game by Ernest Harmon, a coach I barely knew, but loved instantly for his passion and incredible leadership, as well as advice. I had the ball at my feet, running to the goal, but I shot the ball too early and I missed. All of a sudden I heard a loud voice yelling, "Carolina, patience, patience and composure. Don't shoot the ball until it's perfect." At first I didn't understand what the yelling was for. I thought I was the best player my age. Clearly I needed a wake-up call. I was stubborn, so at first I didn't listen. But as games passed, I noticed that I began to miss more and more. So I thought to myself, maybe I should be more patient. In games to come, I began to be more composed when I had the ball, waiting for my perfect shots. Soon the 2 words were second nature to me. When I would stay patient and composed, I would turn and see him say, "Yes, Carolina." But when I wouldn't, I didn't even have to turn around because I already knew what was coming out of his mouth. "Carolina, be more patient." Every instance, Ernest took the time to correct something I was doing wrong, whether it was soccer related or about my attitude. He always made me a better person. And with those 2 words, patience and composure, he continues to mold me into an improved individual every day, whether he is here to say them or I recite them to myself. My main reason in sharing this story with you all today is so you understand the true meaning behind these 2 words and behind the importance of always listening to pieces of advice given to you, even if at the time you want to be stubborn the way I was. Not only do I find myself, as well as my mom, saying these 2 words during my soccer games now, but also in my academic and everyday life. When waiting for my acceptance letter from the A school, patience. In college interviews, composure. Sitting in my room for a week after receiving a bad concussion, patience. Speaking in front of an extremely large crowd, composure. Those examples are very specific to me personally, but as a grade, think about how large a role patience and composure have played in our lives. Remember when we got stuck at Frost Valley during 9th grade camp for an extra night because of the snowstorm? Instead of getting upset, everyone stayed patient, and we ended up starting the tradition of a hysterical walk-off while bonding as a grade. Or my fellow A-schoolers, how about all of our camping trips when each of us took risks, whether they were 20 feet above the ground on a high ropes course or sleeping in yurts? We all got out of our comfort zones, and we did that by keeping our composure. Even all of the simple things, like long lunch lines, problems with friends, college applications taking forever, losing your USB drive that has your whole academic life on it, waiting for SAT scores to arrive, or realizing the period before an assignment is due that you forgot to upload it to eChalk the night before. Patience, composure, patience, composure, patience, and a lot of composure. No matter what the hand we are dealt, we must always keep our heads up and remember that everything happens for a reason. So we always need to practice patience and keep our composure each and every day without fail so that we may continually be successful. All through my life, I've been given tens of thousands of pieces of advice, as I'm sure everyone here has. But the one recommendation that I know I will take with me for the rest of my life is patience and composure. Thank you, Coach Ernest, for not only making me a better soccer player, but also providing me with lifelong advice and 2 words that made my graduation speech everything I envisioned and more. Sometimes, the people in our lives that we may least expect can make the biggest differences in not only their area of expertise, but in all aspects of our lives as well. Most of all, I challenge you, my fellow graduates, to take my mentor's advice, to always practice patience, and to keep your composure. Because if you do that, you'll never miss your perfect shots. Thank you.